New research shows just how important movement is for your heart's health. A recent study from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found increased cardiovascular risk for people who sit for more than 10 and a half hours a day. Other research confirms just 11 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise each day may lower your risk of heart disease, but also cancer and premature death.
Joining us today to talk about it is Dr. Joaquin Figueroa, an interventional cardiologist at the Heart Hospital of Austin. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
It's especially important because February kicks off, of course, American Heart Month. We want to get into this research, though. It shows small changes can really make a big difference when it comes to our heart health. We know some experts are saying actually as little as 5 minutes of walking a day can help your heart. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, sure. So I think, one of the things that I tell my patients is that the heart is like the engine of a car. And so you got to keep that oil moving. So when you exercise, you get that oil moving. Once that oil stops moving, or if you don't exercise, that's when rust can build up. And so when you exercise, the reason that makes the heart healthier is because it's kind of like when you're blowing a balloon. Exercise, what it does is you're stretching that balloon before you blow it. And so what it does is it just increases the body's efficiency in providing the heart's efficiency in providing the different parts of the body with oxygen.
Of course, we're talking about the science behind all of this, and even a small amount of movement can impact our heart health. What are some of the things that you think maybe we should consider moving forward to just get in that kind of movement?
So I think it all goes back to setting good habits. One of the things that the article mentioned that I think was really important is it says just making bite-sized goals is essential for creating momentum for larger changes. And so I think, one of the things that the article mentions is if you just start your day with just 5 minutes of walking, what will happen is over time that may evolve to 10 minutes of walking or 20 minutes of walking. And so I think setting realistic goals and not trying to bite off too much to chew. I think all in all, you're setting yourself up for success. And so I think any sort of movement, whether it starts as 2 minutes or 5 minutes, I think is very beneficial for your overall health.
So if someone is getting into those habits of maybe a short and then longer walking routine, when do experts like yourself say that they should aim to increase the intensity or the length of their workout? Maybe how does someone know when they're pushing themselves too hard?
Sure. So, what I tell people and what all the latest research has shown is that high intensity training is more beneficial than that low and slow training. And so if you can do 20 minutes of high intensity training, whether that's going for a power walk or lifting weights, that's much more beneficial to your health than just standing on a treadmill and walking very slowly for 3 hours. And so, I tell people, just push yourself every week. Don't make drastic changes, but just make slow changes. And so, like I said, if it's 20 minutes one week and it's 25 minutes the next week, I think that's, I let them be the judge of it. Obviously, if they're having side effects from it or not feeling well when they do it, I mean, that's something completely different. But I always tell them, definitely push yourself and make yourself a little uncomfortable each day.
Good advice for, I think, all of us out there. February, as we mentioned, Heart Month, and people right now are encouraged to spend a little extra time focusing on their cardiovascular health. Maybe what are some of the other ways or small changes that people can take to try that over the next few weeks?
Well, I feel like daily I'm seeing younger and younger people come in to see me, which is reassuring because I think it's never too early to be seen by a cardiologist. Especially in the last 5 or 10 years, I've seen young patients have heart attacks and they always ask me why. I'm exercising, I'm eating well, and I say, well, there's a lot other components that go into it. Genetics is a big one. And so what that again, that kind of goes back to it never being too early to be seeing or checked out.
Such good reminders. And we know we have several more weeks to dig into heart health as we recognize and celebrate Heart Month. So Dr. Joaquin Figueroa with the Austin Heart Hospital of Austin, thank you so much for being here with such good tips and I think good reminders for all of us to maybe get up out of our chair today and do a little moving around.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.